Comic Sense.
Hi, welcome to Comic Sense. I'm Arnel.
And I'm Kerwin. So, for our video today, we'll be reviewing a special comic. Okay, so before we tell you kung ano yung comic na yun, the reason kung bakit yun ang pinili namin. As you all know, I'm sure, or we're sure, may series ngayon at a certain streaming platform na sikat because of the topic or the theme of the series. It's about a serial killer. And that particular serial killer, the actor portraying that particular serial killer, nanalo siya ng award ngayon. No? Now, on the topic of serial killers, there's one actually particular comic na pareho naming gusto because of the topic and because of the story. And that comic is
Spawn number 5.
Spawn number 5.
Actually, yung Spawn number 5 kasi, kaya yun ang napili namin is one-shot kasi siya or self-contained siya. So, sabi nga doon sa mga comics ng Pinoy, wakasan. Wakasan. So, itong this is the comic book na we chose talaga kasi ang nabanggit nga ni Kerwin, medyo ano siya ngayon, relevant siya ika nga doon sa mga nangyayari.
Tama.
Anyway, the creative team for Spawn number 5, iisa lang siya actually. Si Todd McFarlane. Siya yung writer, tapos siya yung penciler, at saka siya yung inker.
So, ayun no, with Spawn number 5, we'd like to give you our thoughts on the comics as well as our personal opinion. And nasabi na nga namin kanina, it's a special comic for us kasi during that time, hindi naman ganun kadami yung nagtatackle dun sa ganung topic. So, moving on.
Kasi medyo sensitive issue.
Sensitive issue. Noon kasi nung 90s, doon pa lang nag-umpisang maging topics ng mga comics yung mga ganyang klaseng issues. No? Social issues. They're not superhero issues. Pero social issues were started during the 90s to be incorporated into comic stories. Actually, meron mga even in the 80s, pero we'll go through those on separate videos. But moving on, no? Let's talk about Spawn number 5.
Actually, Spawn number 5 was released October 10, 1992. Tapos nabanggit ko nga kanina, yung creative team niya ay iisa lang siya, si Todd McFarlane talaga. Siya yung pinaka-brains ng pinaka-comic na to. And as for the story started with the introduction of a character. No? Ang character na yon is si Billy Kincaid. Billy Kincaid, yung start ng story is, kinakausap siya ng mga psychiatry, psychologists, tsaka ng mga judges, at i-release siya from prison.
Just to give you a background, no, yung story started like that. Kinakausap si Billy Kincaid kasi he's at the end of his prison sentence. So, lalaya
Parole,
na siya.
diba?
Parole, no. Lalaya na siya after 10 years. And what exactly is the crime kung bakit siya nakulong?
Okay, pumapatay siya ng mga bata.
Yes.
Yun, ganun kasimple. Pumapatay siya ng bata, and then ang bait niya is selling ice cream. Selling ice cream through ice cream trucks. Ayun, yun yung mga sa Philippines kasi hindi typical yung mga ice cream trucks.
Yung mga sa atin kasi yung mga sorbetero.
Sorbetero, kaya yung mga
batengteng.
Mga batengteng yun. Pero sa States kasi, usong-uso ang mga
ice cream
trucks.
So, kung sa mga kabatch namin, I'm sure familiar kayo dun sa video ni
Billy
Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins, Today. Ayan, yung MTV noon, naka-ice cream truck siya. Nagtitinda siya ng ice cream sa mga bata. So, yun ang description or basically yung setting ng comic. Si Billy Kincaid is going to be released.
From prison after 8 years yata, no?
8 to 10 years
yata na sentence niya during kasi yun. Isang reason kaya nakulong siya dati at naging high profile yan is yung pagkamatay ni Amanda Jennings. Jennings, sa story na to, is anak siya ni Senator Jennings. Kaya lumaki siya, naging high profile siya, and then eventually nakulong siya. And then, ano ang relevance niya kay Spawn?
No.
Ito. Senator Jennings plans to have Billy Kincaid killed through Al Simmons. And we all know naman na siguro by this time, okay na mag-spoiler, no? We all know na si Spawn is Al Simmons during his previous life. So, isa siyang soldier, and then nung na-discharge siya, naging gun for hire sa kanya, mga gun for hire, murder for hire, parang ganun.
Assassin.
Ayun. Kaya lang, he failed during that time kasi nahuli na si Billy Kincaid ng mga polis. Though alam ni Senator Jennings na ang pumatay talaga ay si Billy Kincaid. With all the evidences na nakalatag na lahat sa kanya. Yun.
So, yun nga, no? The story begins. Ay, yun yung background, no? So, nahuli si Billy Kincaid. Now, the story begins, lalaya na siya. Ngayong lalaya na siya, if you read the comics, makikita nyo na on the first day of his release,
sige.
Pinaplano na niya kung ano yung next crime spree na gagawin niya tsaka kung saan. So basically, hindi siya nagbago. And all of the detectives who were present nung lalabas siya, alam nila na hardened criminal or hindi na hardened criminal, a serial killer. Psychopath. A psychopath like him, hindi na magbabago. So, yun ang setup ng kwento, no? The story begins na, sabi ko nga, marirelease na siya, and then dun magpo-progress yung story. Because after he's released, as expected, yung nasa isip niya, yung ginagawa niya noon kung bakit siya nakulong, inulit lang niya.
Actually, kaya ako natutuwa rin sa comics na to. Alam mo nung kinakausap siya ng mga psych, hindi siya nagsasalita, all this time nag-iisip siya or iniisip niya yung mga pinatay niya dati. Alam mo yung ganyan ka-dark.
Ganun ka-dark at saka ganun ka-twisted yung pag-iisip ng ganyang tao. No? Kinakausap siya kung ano yung mga dapat niya gawin para lumabas siya. And yet, ang nasa isip niya is ano yung gagawin niya, na-miss niya yung ginagawa niya, saan niya gagawin yung... He wasn't even focused on the people, on the psychiatrists na kausap niya. He was focused on the next happy thing for him that he's gonna do. Ayun. So, sa mga nanood nung Netflix series, I'm sure may idea na kayo sa takbo ng mga ganong pag-iisip. Idea lang, pero we'll never truly understand those kinds of
Do you think, Ray, yung mga tawag doon, serial killer, ganyan silang mag-isip talaga, no?
Ayokong sabihin alam natin.
Oo.
Pero definitely, may sira na yung pag-iisip nila.
Oo.
Kasi, wala na silang they don't have any fears of any laws or of any gods or of any religion. Wala na silang empathy. Wala na silang limitation. All they feel is kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin regardless. I guess if it's moral or not, if it's morbid or not, wala na silang limit.
Exactly.
So, ayun, no? Sabi nga ni Arnel, yung ganong pag-iisip, it's not a very simple thing to try to understand.
True.
So, moving on with the story, no? So, nakalabas siya, and then, as expected, after 2 days, bumalik siya sa kung ano man yung ginagawa niya. Based dun sa comics, actually, mukhang dun sa ibang panels, makikita mo, nakadalawa siya.
Isa or dalawa yata.
Dun sa isang panel lang.
Dun sa isang panel lang.
Pero as the story progresses,
ayun, baka makarami pa siya kung hindi nag-intervene si Sam and Twitch, isa sa mga lead characters natin dito sa Spawn din. Sam and Twitch are two detectives dun sa New York na parang by the book sila. By the book. Ika nga, si Sam, siya yung parang Harvey Bullock.
Siya yung bad cop.
Siya yung bad cop. Tapos si Twitch,
siya yung logical.
Siya yung with the glasses na logical kung mag-isip. At
by the book na good cop.
Siya yung good cop na by the book.
Yeah. So sila din yung
nakahuli sa kanya before. Sila yung nag-handle ng case niya ever since. Kaya they are very much involved ngayon, lalabas na si Billy Kincaid sa prison. Kasi they don't believe na nagbago siya, na he won't do anything anymore yung mga usual na ginagawa niya before.
Ang paniwala talaga nila is uulit yan. Ang problema lang, hindi lang nila alam kung kailan at saka kung saan. Kasi may rights din daw ang isang serial killer pag nakalabas na ng kulungan. Now, that's a different story no, kung bakit siya nakalabas ng kulungan considering na he was really found guilty na pumatay siya ng bata. So anyway, no, moving on with the story.
Anyway, moving on.
Ayun nga, umulit na naman siya.
And then, si Spawn kasi, on the other side of the, parang other side of town naman, si Spawn kasi, saw a newspaper na sabi nga niya, na nakasulat doon na naka-release na si Billy Kincaid. And then doon nag-flash sa kanya yung mga memories na before na hinire siya to kill Billy Kincaid. Yun nga, yung nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina. Tapos, just to protect children na lang, hahantingin niya ngayon. Si Billy Kincaid.
Now, bakit napaka-invested ni Spawn? No? There are two reasons kung bakit invested si Spawn dito. One is because he's connected to the serial killer. Kasi dapat pinatay na niya noon, kaso he failed. The second one is, Spawn right now is having a dilemma. Kasi he's visiting Family dilemma. Kasi nga, alam ng lahat, patay na siya. He just, he resurrected. He came back as Spawn. Pero he still has memories of his family. And ngayon, nakikita niya yung asawa niya, may anak. And he's having feelings for this, for Cyan,
yung
anak niya. Kaso, hindi niya ma-materialize kasi nga, hindi pa kompleto yung memories niya. At the same time, conflict siya kung ano yung dapat niya gawin kasi nga hindi pa complete yung memories. Pero, he wants to protect the kid. His kid, si Cyan. And then, pumasok itong
si Bill
Kincaid. So, lalong naging
protective siya, ika nga.
Oo, naging protective siya lalo, na-connect niya na if I have to protect my daughter or this kid, si Cyan.
This kid kay Wanda.
Kay Wanda, then something has to be done with this serial killer. So, ganun yung parang connection ng dalawang stories na nangyayari doon sa comics. Yung first story is the release of Billy Kincaid. The second story is the dilemma that Spawn is having kasi he frequently, secretly visits his family who have actually moved on. May
Terry na siya.
May ibang asawa na, yung dating asawa ni Spawn. Now, for Spawn, readers, I'm sure alam nyo to, pero for those who are not really familiar with the background of Spawn, yun nga yung sinabi ni Arnel, no? Siya si Al Simmons, he died, he was resurrected as an agent of Hell, and ang pangalan niya is Spawn. Problema,
actually, Hellspawn talaga.
Hellspawn, tama. Ang problema, nung na-resurrect siya, hindi complete yung memories niya.
And naging ganyan yung itsura niya, pero with powers.
With powers. So, ayun, no? Yun ang kwento, pero ayaw naming spoil.
Ayaw na naming spoil din. Though, kahit matagal na itong kwento ito, we want it na yung mga audience o yung mga listeners, watchers natin, makita or sila mismo makabasa para at least makuha nila yung ending nito, which is, from us, maganda siya.
Well, justice.
Justice.
Justice. We'll be talking about justice in future videos frequently.
True.
So ayun, no? Tama nga siya that we're not gonna
spoil everything.
Spoil anything. Sa mga bagong readers na hindi pa nagbasa ng Spawn or kung ano man yung impression nyo kay Spawn, we would suggest that you read the first few episodes.
The first four. Actually,
issues.
First four kasi yung first story arc niya. Nandun yung revival niya. Tapos yung origin niya, ika nga lahat. And then, though, may mga bits and pieces ng mga memories niya. Pero usually kasi yung mga memories niya, bandang latter issues yun nilalabas lahat.
So, ayun, no? So, what are the key points of this comics actually? Why is it, aside from the reason na binigay namin ngayon na it's connected with certain series ngayon, what other key points that we could give you about this comics?
Actually, yun, first and foremost, this is the first appearance and also the death of yun yung isa sa mga spoiler. So, first appearance and death of Billy Kincaid.
Actually, the first death.
First death.
Billy Kincaid.
of Billy Kincaid. Why? First death.
He will,
He
in
will-
future issues,
In future issues, he will be resurrected as also a Spawn.
yes, an agent of hell.
An agent of hell. Pero, one shot din yon. Actually, one shot din yung issue na yon. Pero, siguro, we will review it at a later time na lang. A later time na lang. So, and then, another kasi is this is the cameo appearance of Cerebus as a plush toy, as a stuffed toy ka na yun.
So,
And who is Cerebus?
sa mga hindi nakakaalam, no, Cerebus was one of the more popular indie comics that were released monthly noong 1990s. I think even before 1990s.
Even before yata.
Pero though I did not read a lot of Cerebus comics, nakabasa lang ako ng iilan, he's actually an anthropomorphic aardvark.
Aardvark.
Aardvark. Animal siya. So, I think ikaw, mas marami kang alam sa kanya.
Actually, Cerebus kasi was written by Dave Sim.
Dave Sim.
A popular indie writer talaga. And then, siya ang first comics na indie comic na umabot ng 300 issues, and then by one writer lang. So, iisang writer from 1 to 300, and it's a record. Kasi wala nakakagawa nun. Wala pang gumawa nun.
Yung mga creative team kasi ng mga comics, usually after 12
issues,
nagpapalit yan.
After 2 stories, story
nag-iiba
arc,
yung-
parang mag-iiba.
Nag-iba yung writer, nag-iba yung
Artist.
Lalo na kung mga company-owned yung mga characters na yan.
Yun.
They're not artist-owned. No?
Oo.
Now, Cerebus is, the story of Cerebus, just to give you an idea, is sword and sorcery.
Sword and sorcery.
Sword and sorcery, okay?
And
Not really super.
may mga parody siya doon sa mga ibang Marvel characters at saka DC characters.
Okay.
So, within doon sa mga story arcs niya.
So, nag-cameo siya dito as a stuffed animal, as a stuffed toy.
Why, palagay mo?
Why? Well, alam naman natin yung sagot eh.
Oo.
So, spoil na natin.
Spoil na natin.
Okay. Dave Sim and Todd McFarlane will be collaborating after a few issues. So, magkaka-crossover si Cerebus at saka si Spawn.
Si Spawn.
Mhm.
I forgot yung issue. Wait, issue 8, issue 9.
Yung-
Issue 9 kasi si Angela,
Yung slash cover yun, di ba?
yung may slash na black and white. Kaya nga ang cover niya, color. Yun.
Kasi yung Cerebus the original Cerebus comics were released in black and white.
Oo. Pure black and white talaga siya. So, kung magko-crossover siya with the Spawn, first time niya if ever na magko-color. Magiging colored siya. Parang ganun.
So, technically, this is the first, this is a key issue kasi this is the first appearance of Cerebus, not as a character, pero as a figure.
As a
dun
figure.
sa panels ng comics.
Yun.
So, this is a special comic. No? Sinabi na namin yung lahat ng reason sa inyo. I'm sure, if you read it, may makikita pa kayong ibang reasons kung bakit pwedeng magustuhan yung comics na to. No? There are a certain number of comic book writers and artists na ginagawa ito, na sila mismo ang susulat, sila mismo ang pencils, at saka sila mismo yung mag-ink. Ako hindi na ako familiar kung sino, pero I'm sure ikaw mas marami kang kilala na artist na ganyan ang ginagawa.
Yes,
diba?
marami rin.
And Todd McFarlane, at the start of his Spawn series, he did all of those chores.
Siguro for a few issues din. Siguro lumampas ng mga around 12 issues, parang gano'n.
And that's a very astonishing feat. Achievement.
For an image guy. Ayun. Kasi we all know na nakaka-problem yung mga image godfathers, ang mga image fathers,
Ang mga
regarding dun sa mga schedules nila, and then after a few issues kasi pinaparate na nila sa iba o yung pinapagawa nila yung art. So at least it's an astonishing feat for Todd McFarlane para magawa yung ganyan.
Hindi kasi lahat ng mga artists are good writers.
Yeah.
And not all writers are good artists.
Yeah.
There are some. Pero it's hard to balance two things. To do two things at once. Kasi kaya nga, mostly sa mga comics makikita nyo may creative team. And creative team, bawat aspect may gumagawa. But this is special because si McFarlane, he did all these three things. And kudos to
Kudos.
kay Todd McFarlane.
What do you think about the story?
Story-wise, simple lang siya. It's not extravagant, walang
Actually,
ganong...
it's a quick read, di ba?
It's a quick read.
Oo.
It's a very basic storyline na beginning end, walang ganong events na nangyari in between.
Actually, mostly talkies eh.
Basically, since it's issue 5, it's a setup for future,
Future
storylines. Okay.
Ayun. So, if ever ikaw, how would you rank it?
Well, story-wise, if rating natin na ginamit is 1 to 10,
1 to
diba?
10, oo.
Story-wise, I would give it siguro, I would give it somewhere 6 or 7.
Aha.
Hindi naman siya pangit na story. It's a nice story, pero it's not spectacular. It's not, it's a setup for, for future things to come in the Spawn universe.
Spawn universe.
Pero ikaw?
Ako, I would give it a 6. Kasi, tawag doon, may kulang eh, in between eh. In between nung, maganda ang maganda ang start niya and maganda ending niya. Pero, parang may kulang dun sa may latter part na, papuntang latter part na. Kasi, may mga, hindi natin maiwasan, mga dragging moments dyan. Pero, parang may kulang pa. Ayun. So, I'll give it a 6. How about the art?
Art? Siyempre, McFarlane yan eh.
Sig.
No, McFarlane, I will have to say this, pare. Kailangan ko sabihin. He's one of the best artists of the 90s, without a doubt. Hanggang ngayon, he's a very important artist pa rin sa comic industry. And without even being biased, ever since gusto ko na yung art ni McFarlane because of his
Spider-Man pa lang.
Yung mga proportions niya, I've always liked his proportions. Yung depth ng mga scenes niya, nagustuhan ko yon. And he is one of probably a number or a few artists para sa akin na kayang i-differentiate yung mga mukha ng mga characters. Mahirap yan. Kasi even some of the popular artists ngayon, pag nag-drawing sila ng iba't ibang characters, parang iisa lang yung shape ng mukha nila. Pero si McFarlane, ever since, he's been able to draw different faces of different superheroes who have the same body type or technically.
Di ba yun ang nagiging problem natin nung nag-usap tayo dati sa mga coffee shop?
Yun na nga eh.
Yung kapag si Superman nag-Clark Kent, let's say naging Superman siya, si Batman naman nag-Bruce Wayne, hindi mo madi-differentiate yung mukha ng dalawa. Specific artist yan and hindi na namin muna ini-name na yan.
Hindi namin sasabihin.
In time na lang, siguro.
Pero for any comic collector dyan who's been collecting comics since the 90s, lalo na 90s, we all know na may mga artists dyan na noong 90s, ang galing mag-drawing, ang galing mag-pencils, pero pagdating sa mukha, parang iisa lang ang hugis nila. Di ba? And McFarlane, ako ever since alam ko na he knows how to differentiate most faces. And aside from that, ang galing niya sa ibang aspeto ng comic art. That's why rate ko na.
Rate mo na art.
For this comic, ayokong bigyan ng 10 kasi wala naman talagang perfect. There are some things na pwede kong criticize, pero I give him 9. Hands down.
I will give it an 8. Gusto ko rin yung art niya kasi swak or tama siya dito sa niya na medyo may pagka dark and gritty. And knowing Spawn na lagi nagko-crossover kay Batman na parehong dark and gritty yung dalawang yun. Dapat ang colorist, ang pagko-color niya is tama lang. And of course, since 90s gusto natin yung mga capes ni
Siyempre.
McFarlane. Iba talaga si Todd Father.
Nakuha tayo sa mga yun eh. Binili lang natin yung mga comics ng Spawn noon dahil sa cape na yun eh.
Dahil sa cape na yun. Actually,
yung flexibility, yung ni McFarlane, yung flair niya sa pag-drawing ng mga capes kay Batman, kahit kanino. Hanggang ngayon, a lot of artists, they still try to copy that or they try to do their own version. Pero you all know, pag nakita nyo na, parang McFarlane lang yung ginagawa nila. Todd McFarlane, he's still one of the best artists right now sa comic industry.
So, I think that's it for Spawn number 5.
Yes. So
we'll appreciate it if you will like, subscribe, and share yung ang aming site, ang aming channel na Comic Sense, and you'll expect more from us na marami pa kaming mga i-review mga comics or mga, let's say, kapag mga pupunta kami sa mga events na mga Comic-Cons, i-review namin yon, i-post namin lahat ng mga nakita namin. And then, may mga, if ever in the future, yung mga unboxing namin ng mga new comics, mga nakuha niyang mga old comics na mga gano'n, lahat i-review namin na rin.
Yes, balak talaga namin mag-review pa kami ng ibang mga comics that are, of course, mainstream and indie. Naghahanap din kami sa mga comics namin yung mga worthy na i-review na hindi alam ng karamihan sa mga comic book collectors, no?
Collectors and aficionados.
Ayaw muna namin magbigay ng examples. But of course, kung kayo, comic collector din kayo and comic reader particularly, and meron kayong specific comic na alam na underappreciated,
na gusto nyong i-review namin, kindly comment lang dun sa comic page natin dyan, and then para at least makita namin, and then we'll take time to review, to read, and then to understand para ma-review namin.
Yes, we will share your insights on those comics. You just share the name of the comic that you want us to review, and then we will review it for you as unbiased as we can. Pero syempre, may preferences tayo. But we would like to engage you dun, no? We would like you to participate dun sa ganong klaseng, ano. So like Arnel said, please like, share and subscribe ang channel namin po, Comic Sense, so that you can expect more reviews from us in the future.
Okay? So, see you!
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Comic Sense.